Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, the 9th of September, and our learning intention, we are learning to use the probability scale to describe the chances of events. We're going to talk a bit more about that probability scale today. To be successful, I know that different events have different chances. I can use the probability scale, which is impossible, unlikely, even chance, likely, and certain. So remember that chance means the possibility of something happening. We can describe the possibility using words like impossible, unlikely. Equal chance is another one. When things, we'll talk about that one today. Equal chance, likely, and certain. Look at the probability scale. Here they all are. So from the very left-hand side, impossible. So that we can describe something as impossible, which means it cannot happen. It's a 0% chance. It's just not going to happen. Then we've got unlikely, so which means it's still, there is a little chance that it could happen, but it's most likely not going to happen. It's unlikely. Even chance means it is even, like a flip of a coin. It's an even chance. You can either land on heads or you can land on tails. Even chance. Likely means it's probably going to happen. It might not. There's still a little chance that it won't happen, but it probably will happen. And certain means it definitely will happen. 100% it's going to happen. So remember what the word event means. Event means just anything, anything that's happening. Okay, so the chances of my phone ringing in the next 10 seconds, unlikely. It could happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it didn't happen, but there was a little chance that it could have happened, but it was unlikely. All right, jelly beans is what we're going to be looking at today. So let's go through our probability scale. Have a look at what's in the pile of jelly beans. We've got 2 yellows. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reds. We've got 3 greens and 1 orange. So the event, I will pick out a blue jelly bean. Impossible. Can't pick out a blue jelly bean because there's no blue jelly beans there. So that event won't happen. It is impossible. So it's unlikely. We're going up the probability scale. Let's get rid of the double up. I will pick out a yellow jelly bean. Well, this event is unlikely because there's only 2 yellow jelly beans and there are so many more other ones. The chances are much higher for me to pick out any other color than yellow. So it's unlikely. It could still happen though. So unlikely. Even chance. Now I didn't use that picture for this one. I've made my own picture. If this was a group of jelly beans, there is an equal chance of picking out a black jelly bean or a blue jelly bean. It's an even chance because there's 3 blue jelly beans and there's 3 black jelly beans. So it's even. It's an even amount. So I'll pick out a black jelly bean. That event is an even chance. Likely, I will pick out a green or red jelly bean. It's pretty likely that I'm going to pick out a green or red jelly bean from this pile because that's what most jelly beans are. So that the chances are likely to happen, but it still might not because I could pick out an orange or a yellow. And at the top of the probability scale, certain, which means it's definitely going to happen. So here I will pick out either a yellow, green, red, or orange jelly bean. That is certain to happen because they're all the colors that are there. It will happen. So your task today, there are 2 tasks today. The first one is answer the questions about your jelly beans, about the jelly beans. Okay, so on the next slides, you can do them straight into the slide here. So have a look at this first one. It says, what are the chances that you will pick out a blue jelly bean out of this group here? Well, you need to double click inside the box so it allows you to type, and you can write one of the words from the probability scale: impossible, unlikely, even chance, likely, or certain. Okay, so you can jot it down in the box. Well, let's do this first one together. The chances of picking out a blue one, well, it's definitely not impossible. It's not certain. because there is a red and a green one. It's quite likely. So it's likely because there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 blue ones and there's only 1 red one and 1 green one. So you can write likely. That's your first task, to work your way through these boxes. And your second task is you can draw your own jelly beans on a piece of paper and you can cut them out, or you can do circles instead of jelly beans and you can make them your own colors. And some of them you can make more than one. So if you can make maybe 3 or 4 blue ones, or maybe 2 green ones, and then you can put them in a cup and you can see which ones are likely to come out. Okay, you can have it, and you can have an experiment with them. Okay, so that's your task 2. If you want a further task, you can go to the extensional, the optional extra.